All right, good morning. I think I finally got all my tabs set up. Today I wanted to talk about the furniture app. This is a new app that's powered by AI, and what it does is allows you to design custom furniture, model that furniture up to an image that represents your design and your intentions for the design, like the basis of design, and then take that and upload it to the system, and they create like a blueprint. So they create working drawings. You can make modifications to these AI generated designs. They allow you to do is take it one step further, which is really what adds a value add in a tremendous way to this app. Is they allow you to connect with a furniture maker who can actually produce that furniture in a relatively nice range of what your budget might be. As an architect, as a designer, we've kind of gotten away from designing interiors, furniture, like custom furniture. In a lot of ways, we go out and outsource things that are already built, kind of try to make it fit into our design. But if you look at like historical amazing architecture and interior design, like Frank Lloyd Wright, he designed a lot of his own furniture and incorporated it into the overall concept of the spaces that he was creating. What this app kind of allows you to do is go back to the roots of architecture and create a more holistic design where everything is working in harmony together, and actually carry that from the design phase through pricing and into actual construction, which is pretty amazing. So I want to just run through the furniture app real quickly and then show you some ways that you may be able to like explore some of these things in your own renderings, to make sure you got the concept down before you actually make the next step to taking this into a real product. So we'll go to this, and let's say we want to create a modern rocking chair. Now what I like to do for prompt is I actually like to go to ChatGPT. So I created a custom furniture description GPT that then I can describe my furniture and have it kind of create a more detailed description of that. So what you can create your own little ChatGPT. So let's start by saying, clicking this, what are you looking for? It's going to ask you to kind of, give you a little prompt on what it might need in order to do this. So let's say we want I'm looking, and you got to talk to these chat GPTs like they're kind of like they're human. I'm looking for a modern white painted wood chair, rocking chair that would be ideal for the porch of a low country house. It should be comfortable with armrests, gentle curving back, blah, 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 blah. So our rocking chair is crafted from sturdy, high quality wood, painted pristine white finish, complements relaxed, coastal, aesthetic, low country is. Okay. So we're going to copy this. We'll go back to the furniture app, and I'm going to paste this prompt in here, and we'll generate a furniture and see what we get. Okay, so we got our first rendition of this. It's pretty solid back. It's got the armrest. So let's add a little bit of detail here, and I think I'm going to add it at the beginning because I don't know if I feel like maybe the beginning of this might have a little bit more weight than the end of this. Sturdy, high quality, painted, pristine, white finish, blah, 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 blah. Its design combines timeless craftsmanship with a modern simplicity. The chair features gentle curving. Let's add that little detail, see if we can make the legs taper down from a square to a circle. And I'm hoping this works. Fingers crossed. You never know with this AI stuff. Okay, so it did not work. You can see we can't get some taper legs. So I'm going to go back to ChatGPT and revise the prompt to see if it can create a better representation for me, better description that communicates better to AI. Well, it looks like they described it here, so I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back to the furniture app. I'm just going to replace all this, and still not there. I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to try to make this all one paragraph, because I don't know if actually having multiple paragraphs is confusing it. Okay, so we got some interesting thing here. We're still not getting the tapered legs but we are getting some sweeping armrest here. So what I'm going to do is go back to ChatGPT and see. I'm going to ask it to create an image. So this is kind of what we're looking for here. The tapering going from, tapering down. I think the back should be a little bit more solid. Ask it what seed this is using. One thing that I know that they're going to be adding to the furniture app is you'll be able to lock in a seed number and then make tweaks to that seed after. So in ChatGPT, you can ask what seed was used. It'll tell you what seed number it used right there. And then when you go in here, you can say, you can use the same seed and actually have it kind of tweak the image. So I'm hoping this will, still not a solid back. It does look better though. Okay, so you can see how difficult this is. Let's see. Okay, now we're getting to kind of square to cylindrical profile here. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to describe this chair. Okay, so we're just going to take this. I don't even feel like reading it. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to put it in here. And I'm going to see what we can get, even if we tell it what seed. I don't know what AI model this is using. It's possible it's pulling in an API from ChatGPT or DALL-E or something. So it's close. Let's see how it looks compared to this one. See, we don't get that nice curve that we had here in this one. This one looks a little bit more ergonomic and something that you would like to sit in a little bit better, more. And then you got these little janky things that come down on the side. This is more of a modern look here. So this is kind of a difficult process. You can see there's not much customization that you can do at this point. So I'm hoping all this really improves a lot more. Yeah, so when I asked it to describe, build a chair from what they told me, same thing I put in here, I get this in this view and I get this in this one. So, I mean, to me, this is a more kind of comfortable, ergonomic, interesting kind of look. This may be more practical and buildable. And so maybe it tries to create a chair that's actually easier to construct. Thinking about furniture design, maybe. Let's see. Let's just take this. Let's let it have a little bit more creativity and just give it just a little bit of information. You could probably find this somewhere. I'm going to ask for like let's ask it something very, kind of like a design, like a concept design question, not as much detail, and just see what it comes up with. Here we've got this is a pretty interesting looking rocking chair. I guess when you give it a little bit more freedom to have some creativity, this is what it will provide. So I want to go back to ChatGPT and see if we ask the same question, what it gives us. I want to see how creative ChatGPT is versus the furniture app. So that's a nice looking chair as well. The thing about the furniture app is currently, and I know it's going to come, is you can't adapt. You can't really like tweak little things as much. What you do is you take this overall design and you tell them that now that you like this, let's say we go to here, you can order a blueprint of this chair. So you choose the type of chair. It's the chair. You name the blueprint. You set the seat height, the length, the leg material. You can choose whatever you want. Color stuff. You can color match per hex code. You can get renderings, cut material list, all this kind of stuff. And then when you actually need this is when you need when you need the blueprint, and then the highest price you're willing to pay and the lowest price you're willing to pay. I think when you're going to probably start, when you want to start trying to make the product, I think let's see what time frame. Doesn't have an I next to it, so it's hard to know what time frame in means. If you go to depth, like style, you can choose different styles. If you think I would just leave some of these blank and let them use the image that we created, and then the zip code of the buyer, and then order blueprint. In this, you can subscribe to, and if you go to subscription, you can create a bunch of images and create 2 blueprints per month for $500. So if you like a furniture design that you've created, then you could get the actual plans and drawings and pricing for what this would cost you to build, for about $250 per chair. So once you have that blueprint, then you could make as many of these as you want at the cost of the chair. It might be that you have to do some tweaking to this when you actually get into production based on the person that's going to build it for you. They may have suggestions on things you need to alter or things they need to tweak, and you'd have to work with them to get through that process. But so let's look at, I thought it would be interesting to see, and maybe this is a terrible example just because of the way it looks, but let's try to do something here. I'm gonna take this and save this image as a JPEG. We'll just save that, and then I'm gonna go to Rodin, which is a AI model maker. So I'm gonna open that. There it is. I'm gonna see if it can generate a model based off of this image. Now this has very thin lines, so I don't have much hope for the outcome of this model. I feel like this is going to be a really bad model. I might have to choose a different style in order to get it to work. So what it does is it clips out the background and then tries to rebuild the model based on what it sees as the design. So you can see I add a little funky thing here, but that's okay. This is pretty close concept-wise. It's pretty close. So let's just go ahead and confirm this. Is it symmetrical? Yes. And it's going to kind of clean up the model a little bit, clean up the mesh. Some of the stuff we can get rid of inside of Blender. So I'll show you real quick. So now we have our little model here. It's got some little weird features, but that's okay. It's not too bad for concept anyway. And then we'll do a material to this, which it's all white, so it doesn't really matter. But if you had a unique material or something, you might be able to add that. Okay, that's fine. I would redo the material anyway. We're just kind of getting a UV on it. Maybe we'll confirm that. It's going to clean it up a little bit again. And then let's go to download OBJ. We'll download this. All right, so we'll take this and drag it into our folder here, and we'll extract this, the PBR. So let's open up Blender here, and we'll do File, Import OBJ. Okay, so we've got our chair here, and inside of Blender. From a distance, if this is like rendering, you want it on a porch, that might be fine. We can quickly go to shading and create a new white. We'll just do something ridiculously simple like that, and now you've got a white rocking chair inside your space, just like that. And of course, if you were going to actually use this, you may want to rebuild it, or just tweak it a little bit. So if you look at the geometry is pretty clean on these models. It's nothing you can really adjust. You can't just sit here and scale all these to make them straight, but it is pretty clean geometry to kind of have in the background if you're going to re-typologize this or something like that, or try to rebuild it in VR sculpting app or something like that. That's probably what I would try to do is go into Gravity Sketch, pull this mesh in, and try to create these outlines in Gravity Sketch, and just rebuild this chair pretty fast to the same proportions, and bring it back in and scale it. So I hope this was useful, and I think the Furniture app has a little bit of ways to go to be able to allow you to tweak things a little bit more, kind of really hone into the details that you want to do. But I think in their defense, I think what they are offering to the community, which is amazing, is that you kind of create an initial concept of what you want your image to be, and then when you take it in that blueprint stage and into production stage, they're connecting you with professionals in that field that are know how to make furniture, know how to create a vision, and have it come to life. And so I think that's the value add that the furniture app has, is connecting you to industry professionals and allowing you to get a concept image and then tweak it into your final design that you want to have built and in your space and in your project, and something that the owner would be happy with. And they'd have their own custom furniture and their own beautiful new architecture, and it would be awesome. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think this has potential and how you would use it in your projects. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.